Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. We start today by following this train here, which is transporting oil to Dinnington. This is the sort of thing that I should remember. Yeah, this is the Dinnington oil line. It's just been replaced. We've strapped on a brand new locomotive at an investment of a couple of million. But you know, it's onwards and upwards, and the train I replaced was actually 80 years old, so probably a sensible thing to do. And we start here for the very simple reason of that's the theme of today's episode. We're going to set up some new goods lines in order to service the new passenger rail area we created last time out. So let's pull in here. While you've been away, where are we? We're in November 2033. So the future looks very much like the past. But what I have done is I've changed all of the trucks that are currently in service are now using the full articulated truck, so they've got the maximum capacity possible. And a quick glance at our kind of revenue system here will show that last year I spent 10 million on new vehicles. This year, another 9 million. Oh, healthy. But our profits are going up and our costs are going down as a result. So we should be exceptionally profitable. So I spent 10 million last year and only lost 2 million in revenue, in bottom line, in profit. So, where the heck am I? Let's, here we go. This looks busy. What have we got going on over here? So here's Dukinfield. We always pop in to say hi because, it's still running. Got a chap queuing here. But that's because there's a passenger train ahead. I'm okay with that. Yeah, and in an upcoming episode, maybe the very next one, I'm going to be doing a lot of work on internal passenger networks to individual towns because the ones that I've got are, half-hearted, to say the least. So a lot of effort needs to be put in there. And we're going to try and follow the model, the example set by Derby's rather magnificent tram system, which created a fair amount of debate when it was introduced. The question is it excessive, running 6 trams around the inside of the town, or is that perfectly acceptable? I mean, this guy's packing 20 passengers on board. So let's just have a quick look at its profitability. So between the two, and neither of them work in. I don't mind. We're only in January, but between the two, it looks like they're going to be generating a profit. Now, obviously, that's going to degrade as the trams get older because the running costs of 6 is going to be excessive. But it's going to get the job done. It's moving passengers to what will be a relatively busy station. So I'm going to replicate that across others. Anyway, enough of this talk. Let us evaluate a goods line, and we need goods to service. Well, let's have a look. Plymouth, Derby, Banbury. Newton is getting some already, and that's a fine thing. But it would be good to, and possibly Worksop as well. So we've got 4 towns. If we were in this area here, this area that has oil pretty much, I mean, look at this for low-hanging fruit here. I mean, you can't get much easier than that. So I think we're just going to go straight for hooking that up. Now, I want to do one by train at some point, but this would be wasteful. This would be a wasteful exercise to use a train line for this. And at the suggestion of someone who I forget entirely, I'm adding bus lanes because apparently your trucks will use bus lanes and therefore will not get bus lane, please. Will not get afflicted by traffic in quite such a severe fashion. Well, I'm going to put my faith in that and bus lane up. Whoa. So first things first, I want to make sure that I've got nice, easy connections to both Derby and Banbury. I mean, it seems like it's quite a long way to be servicing all 3 of these by truck. But Banbury's going to have difficulty getting goods from elsewhere unless I move stuff around. So I'm going to put in I guess an interstate is one way of describing it. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. We've already got this bit laid out here, so I'm going to give me this. We'll do the deep end first, and then we'll back up again. Now, what I also want to avoid is I want to make sure that I'm getting good placement of the goods depots that I'm going to be using, because historically I have put them in fairly ludicrous places, or they've become fairly ludicrous over time. You can't align terrain. Well, actually, that doesn't surprise me at all, given that we're going through the side of a hill at a slightly jaunty angle. What I want to do here is basically run parallel with that in order to serve Derby, and then use this little branch we've got here, but then carry straight on to Banbury. So this is, in every sense of the word, a bypass. Go on, you want to get through there. You want to get through there. Now, I mean, this manner of road building is rarely cheap. I deleted that so that I could put the tunnel straight through. If I can get one through here. Go on, you can align the terrain. Sure you can. No? It's because we're coming through at a weird angle. What if I were to do some kind of curvy kind of deal? It's not going to work, is it? And I don't want to run too close to this, because I'm hoping that as Derby gets more traffic and it gets its goods going, that it sorts that out. You know what I could do? I could just carve through. And as much as that's not the most riveting thing to watch, it might be the only way to go. I don't want to go over the top. Let's just take manual control here. And you can't align the terrain. Come on. Look, that looks almost flawless. Let's try it again. We're just going to keep trying from different angles until we can find one that it will figure out. Pull it back. Nope, that's not going to do it. Wow. This is the first time I've come across a piece of the scenery that is utterly refusing to comply. Alright, let's try just chopping this down. It would be quite nice if this terrain tool was a little bit quicker. So we're going to go up and over, making some kind of alpine, well, hardly alpine, but some kind of hill cresting roads system kind of an idea. Like, if I can just get one across there. Right, we are committed. We are further committed. Let's just bulldoze this bit for the moment. I'll hook it back up in a sec. And obviously there's some smoothing to be done here, and don't worry, I'll do that when you're not watching. I realise that my smoothing of landscapes is one of the less rivetable? Yeah, rivetable's now a word. Less riveting things that I have been inclined towards doing. And then I think we'll just bang on to there. Okay, right, that's one end done. Already spent more time on this than I'd intended. Excellent. Right, what was this actually for? Where are we coming from? Where am I going? What am I thinking? Right, we're coming. This is the oil depot. That's the oil derrick, drill, mine, well. That's what it is. It's an oil well. And this is the oil refinery I want to use. Okay, right. Well, let's upgrade all the way down here. Hang on, we're using the streets. I want to use country roads. Yeah. Nothing better than upgrading twice. Actually, I don't like all this wonky road rubbish. Clearly built by someone with a lack of an appreciation for straight lines. No. Let's go from here up to there. Give me a relatively straight line, and I'm a happy, happy man. And again, let's do some more bulldozery. So, hopefully, and this has again been the source of much interesting debate in the comments section, is the value of goods. Now, everybody's got a good grasp on goods. Generally, is that, you know, this is all about supply and demand. If you're hitting demand, if the demand in your constituents and your customers warrants it, your industries will grow. So far, so good. If they're not, it won't grow, and then it grows at a case of 1 unit per month. So you're never going to go from 0 to mega millions overnight. Now, that's fine. That's a concept that everybody's on board with. The clash of concepts comes from how many towns should one service. Now, I have a belief that if I'm serving, you know, 4 or 5 towns from one good system. Did I even need to hook that up? Yeah, there you go. Oil well, oil refinery, oil well. Huh, multiple wells. All right, well, I'll figure that out. Last step is to get that road connected with this road. Yeah, and I'm a firm believer in, if you service more than one town, ideally 4 or 5, then you maximize your growth, because obviously you're trying to serve multiple masters. Oh, that's lovely. That is scenic. Scenic is what that is. Okay, grand. So next job is, let's get a truck depot, road depot set up, and then we'll do a couple of lines, and then we're off to the races. Always go big truck stop. Always go big truck stop, not tram station. Tram station, not quite so helpful. Now, I haven't seen the value in using a truck station at the other end that is anything other than the small one. There just doesn't seem to be any purpose to using a larger truck station, given that you're only dropping off. And I'm going to put this here, despite the fact it's going to get busy, because that's the only route in and out of Plymouth at the moment. So I'm going to need to consider that as I move further forward. Let's upgrade the road. There we go. And I'm probably going to be deleting quite a lot of this in the future anyway, as I expand the rail out of Plymouth. So everything we're doing here has got a certain temporality. It's temporary. There's a word in there somewhere. Temporality? Temporality. Yeah, that'll do the trick. Yeah, so you know, none of this is long term. No, we're going to do more deletage. How much? Crikey. Right, let's run you down here, and then let's run that back out over here. No, not enough space. Trying to pull a wacky curve, as you do. Just hook up, will you? And then do the same over that. That's the way. Look at this. The desperation, the urge to smooth that out is significant. Right. Okay. So we've got one goods reception area there. Are we hitting 3, or are we going to go for workshop as well with this? I think we have to go for workshop. So I'll get things running first, and then I'll upgrade the road once we've got things in motion. What are you? You're the Tram Depot. Now, the ideal is to have your goods being delivered close-ish, if not right in the centre of town, because it helps the goods get to where they want to go faster. But in doing so, you're going to slow down your trucks getting in and out with relative ease. So I always go for the periphery, and then, of course, as towns build up, the periphery don't stay the periphery for very long. Okay, right, so that's 3 towns. So 1, 2, 3, and we need the ore line itself, the oil line. And I guess we're going to call this. So do we associate this with Derby here or Plymouth? I think Derby's had, you know, the attention, so I think we stick with Derby here. Derby oil. Right, and we're going from... Oh, actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, hold on. I need another... I'm going to call it a station occasionally. You'll forgive that, I'm sure. Let's bang. Actually, it should be regular enough that we don't beat the capacity of this smaller truck stop. Right, you're going from here, there you go, to there, nicely. And that's going to turn around nice and quick. So I might be able to get away with only having, you know, 1 or 2 trucks actually servicing that. Anyway, let's go Derby Oil Goods. Stick one on there and another one over here. Hold on. Was that the right one? Was it? Yes, that's definitely the refinery. Right, Derby Oil Goods. And then we want Banbury Oil Goods. And this one's going to need the most trucks on it because it's the furthest away. Banbury Oil Goods. Now, historically, I've used goods lines merely as a means of promoting growth in a new town. But actually, you know, since discovering that it was possible to become profitable with them, you know, I now demand that they are profitable in their own right. Plymouth Oil Goods. And the secret weapon that I discovered that made that happen was running to, you know, a good service to multiple towns. Okay, right, everybody's happening here. Let's get some road vehicles. Right, let's go with 2. 2 feels conservative a little. Anyway, you're going on Derby Oil. Off you go. Get to work. Right, so that's Derby Oil catered for. Hopefully 2 trucks will be enough. It certainly will be to start with. Spacing them out is preferable. But, you know, there's not a lot I can do about that. Right, next up, goods. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 6 to start with. You are going on Derby Oil Goods. You are going on Plymouth Oil Goods. And this is the way that I like to roll. This is a relatively straightforward way of spacing them out. Is don't just stick them all on the same line. Spread them out a little. And you are going Banbury. I didn't just set 2 to Banbury, did I? Am I that foolish? Well, frequently I am. However, let's assume I got that right. Now I'm probably going to need another one on Banbury anyway, but that's okay. One more on Derby, please. Oil Goods. Off you go. Train 23 should be replaced. Well, I'm busy at the moment. I'll replace you in good course. Plymouth. And then you are Banbury. And then we'll look at the time that these guys are taking. Actually, Banbury is getting some goods already, so it's getting lumber delivered. Well, that's positive, I suppose. Right. There we go, Truck Fest. Let's have a quick look at their timings. So Banbury Oil Goods is doing 4 minutes. Oh, that's fine. Derby Oil Goods doing 129 seconds. Excessive. And then Plymouth as well. Scroll, damn you, scroll. Is 114 seconds. Excellent. Right, I want to do one more line out of there. And then we'll turn our attention to something a little bit more train related, given that this is train fever. Yes. Okay, right. First things first, let's clean this road up. You know, the pre-made roads may look very organic and lovely, and as though they've evolved over thousands of years, having taken some original inspiration from the Romans. However, I don't hold with any of that. I like to bang in a big, long, straight line. Really? We need a tunnel there, do we? I think a tunnel's possibly excessive. There we go, and we'll run straight out to here. Now, you know, I say straight line, it's straight-ish, straight-esque. Elements of straight, but not actually straight. There we go, connect all these up. Like them to move nice and fast, so we use the good road. Not to mention, of course, that, you know, at this stage of things, I've got the cash to actually get that done. Right, another stop off here. This'll do. Right, where's that? Worksop. Now, it's a bit of a trek to get to Worksop, but, you know, we should be okay. Let's add a quick line in here. Add station, that one. Add station, this one. Worksop, oil, goods. Right, marvellous. See how easy that was. I mean, to be honest, all that faffing about trying to get a tunnel that didn't want to work going, I should have just done that to start with. Right, let's set you to goods. And we'll have another one. Do we want one more? No, 2 will do it. 2 will do it. We just need to space them out a little. You, off you go. Well, you are heading to Worksop, and I'm going to give you a couple of minutes head start. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the turbos and give you a slow count head start while I look at where we're going next. Okay, now I'm going to get some track laid. I have obviously in this episode spent too much time faffing around. There it is. That's the one. There we go. Iron ore, coal, steel mill. Fantastic. That means we can use 2 lots of trains. It's going to be an adventure. We've got another one over here that we can use as well. The only thing to bear in mind is that I do want to run passenger rail all the way along here to reach Redcar. In fact, Grisborough. Perhaps even Bewdley. I consider the adventure that would represent. Right, you've had your time there, friend. You can get to work. You are going on whatever the one it is I just Worksop. Worksop, that's where you're going. Go. Right. Cease paying attention to that. Okay, so in order to set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the passenger rail in place. I won't put the stations in yet, but I want to block out where this passenger rail is going so that I don't make life tougher for me when I come around to do it properly. Are you going to cross over that? Well, you want a bridge anyway. Well, excellent. Now, the challenge is going to be, can we do it in such a way that the bridge pillar doesn't wish to collide? I don't think we can. So if we look at the, do I want to go behind Worksop or in front of it? I think I've had this conversation with myself before. Actually, if we go behind, we can possibly make double use of the track. So maybe this is the wrong thinking here. Let's get a station in at station, goods, tracks, 2, platform length, lengthy. Okay, where's the ore coming from? The ore's coming from there. Really? I thought that was a close. No, the ore's coming from here. All right, this is going to be an interesting route. Let's spin her around. So I'm going to want some kind of angle rather like that, so that, I mean, it means that I'm serving neither of those 2 facilities particularly brilliantly, but it does mean that that it's going to work. Actually, using large road here is overkill. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here because we're reaching out. We've reached our time together. But I'm going to pick up on this with not a break. I will get straight back into. That's the strangest bit of road I've built in a while. I'll get straight back into this next time you join me, and hopefully we'll have a jolly adventure as we get this working. I probably don't need a bus lane here, if I'm honest. Okay, right, so we want to go like this, take it around the corner, we'll put the road depot on there somewhere, and that is if I end up using a road depot. I think I will, but I can't rule out also using a rail depot as well. That'll be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Please chuck us a like. Subscribe if you've not done so already. I hate all of this road. And I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.
This